For this tutorial, I'm going to go over the Nextion display. I'm going to avoid using the Nextion Arduino library. I've found that trying to use the library was very complicated. Came up with my own way to do it without using the library. It's fairly straightforward, and I think in the end you might agree. If not, there's nothing wrong with the library. You can make up your own mind. I'm going to start this from scratch. So this will be a brand new file. I'm just going to call it tutorial number 1. First thing it asks is what you're going to develop this on. I have the smallest one for this, and I'm going to set it horizontally. In the end, what I want to do is I'm going to want to control a projector with this, like an LCD projector that would be mounted on your ceiling or set in a display. And then I'm going to use like a video controller to switch between different sources. So I'm going to set it up in kind of that way, which should make sense as I name the buttons. I'm going to add 5 buttons. When you add them, they stack on top of each other. I'm not going to worry about making this pretty. I'm just going to throw something there. We're going to have to add a font. The weird thing about Nextion that I found strange was that it didn't come with the default font. Every time you create a new project, you either have to import one that you created some other time or add one. It's not very difficult, but you would have thought they would just have one in there. If you worked with Nextion at all, this shouldn't be a big deal. You just pick what you want. I'm just going to make Arial. I'm going to set it to 22 or 24. I'm going to give it a name of tutorial 1. I'm not going to add any more to this, so I could call it Arial 24. And now it's been added over here. So when I go to put labels in these buttons, it'll have a font. Select the first button and we're going to say on. And now for my sources, I'm going to have main PC, I'm going to have a laptop and a document camera. Now we'll line them up just a little bit better. Get anything too close to the edge, it doesn't work all that well, as I always just try to keep a little bit of a space between them. Now if you were using the library in the Arduino package, you would just check right here. And then that would send everything you need to know. And if you wanted to do it on the release, you'd come here and you'd check it like that. In our case, we're not going to do that. We're just going to purely send a command, just a line of text. And use print for this. Now something else I noticed down here, it doesn't just show print. It says print H and print S. And print H will print it out in hex, which is handy sometimes. Print S fails every time I try and use it. I'm not sure what that's for, but what you want to do is just leave print. We're going to print on in this case. Now just to make sure that that is correct, I'm going to go ahead and compile. And then you can see down here it compiled without errors. So now we're going to go through each one of these and just have it send a different string, a different command. If you notice on this last one I capitalized the word print. I'm going to go ahead and compile it like this and see if case matters. Invalid variables print. So yes, it appears that case matters in commands. And that's really about it for this portion of it. I'm going to go ahead and upload this to the device. I have it connected through my serial port. And now I'm going to switch to the Arduino portion of the video. So I went ahead and started an empty file. I'm calling it Nextion. I tried to call this one tutorial and then use the pound symbol, but I found out today that Arduino does not allow you to have the pound symbol in the name of a file. And that's fine. So it'll just be called Nextion and then _1. And now in this setup, you can run these Nextion displays at a high serial rate, but I'm just going to go ahead and do it at 9600 baud. And then I always do a quick little test line just to make sure that that everything's running all right. And that's really about it for the setup. Then you just get into the main code. And what we're going to check first is to see if there's any serial data being sent from the Nextion display. And the reason I do the check to see if there isn't, then the Arduino can go ahead and do some other things while there isn't data available. And we're going to make a variable here. We'll just make it an empty string for now. And then I'm going to put a little delay, a 30 millisecond delay. That way it has time. I always worry that the Arduino may run faster than the display. If you put a little delay in here, it'll be faster than a person could double touch it. It'll be long enough to catch the whole string. And now we're going to go ahead and get the data. And the data comes in one character at a time from the Nextion. So we have to append it upon itself as it comes in. And then I'm going to go ahead and send that data back out after I catch it, just as another test. And then we're going to have another function that we're going to go ahead and send this data to. I'm going to call it send data. And this function is where we would do the work. If we actually had a projector set up or a video switcher of some sort, this is where we would do it. I plan on doing a video on this here at some point. And this is where we just have, instead of doing a switch statement, I'm going to do a bunch of if-thens or if statements for right now, just to kind of get the idea of how this works. An Epson projector, what you need to do is you send serial data to it, and you'd send PWR space ON. You would send that to the projector, and that would be the code to turn it on. I'm going to go ahead and just paste in the rest of it. Okay, so if it's on, we're going to power on. If it's off, we're going to power off. If it's main, we're going to send this. We're going to send the command main computer. We're going to send laptop and document camera. I use a Kramer brand video switcher, so it doesn't look like this. It's not this clean. It looks more like gobbledygook when I send it, but for right now this should work. Now I'm going to go ahead and compile this and make sure I don't have a typo. This should just say serial, not my serial. When I go to do this in a regular device, I'm going to have to add another serial port, and there are ways to make soft serial ports, ones that are not. Take some data pins and turn them into serial ports, and my serial is a term that I'll be using for that. Let's go ahead and try it again. Oh, and I have an extra bracket. All right, one more time. And it appears to have worked. Now I'm going to go ahead and upload this. I'm doing it on an Uno, which I have, and then I got to make sure I have the port selected. And it looks like it uploaded correctly. What I'll do now is I'll switch modes and I will get a video of it actually working. Now what I want to do is go ahead and open the serial monitor. I got my hello world, and then if I tap the on button I should get power on, power off, and if you remember, I print what I got from the display. I should get both what the display is sending and then what I want to send down here. So let's go through all of them. Main PC, laptop, and document camera. And then you could use this area within each one of these to do whatever control you want to do. And if you look, the code, you don't have to add any libraries. And your code is very simple. When you use the Nextion library, it can get complicated really fast. Now I know if you use it over and over, it gets simple, and that's fine. And I've got nothing against the Nextion library. It's just that for smaller projects, this seems to be a little bit easier. And if you have any questions, put them in the comments, and I'll do the best I can. Consider subscribing and applying and hitting that bell.